It was a quiet afternoon in the small village of Rosewood. The sun hung lazily in the sky, and the wind carried the smell of roasted corn from the roadside. In a small mud brick house at the edge of the village, a lady named Linda sat at the dining table, staring at the empty pot before her. The pot had been filled with rice barely an hour ago, enough to feed 5 people, but now it was empty. Not a gallon left. Linda's hand trembled as he dropped the spoon. Sweat rolled down her forehead. Though the day was cool, she couldn't explain it. She was just angry. She was starving. All the time, morning, afternoon, night. It never stopped. Her mother, Mrs. Ruth, had tried everything: fasting, prayer, admonition, even locking the kitchen at night. Nothing worked. Linda always found a way back to food. Every day, she woke with one thought in her head: what will I eat today? Neighbors had started whispering. Some said she was cursed. Others said she had a demon of gluten. Her mother wept each night, holding a Bible to her chest, begging God to deliver her only daughter. One Sunday, after another failed visit to church, Linda broke down. "Mama, I can't live like this anymore," she said, tears streaming down her face. "I will try to stop. I will eat only twice a day." Mrs. Ruth looked at her daughter, her eyes filled with hope and fear. "Are you sure, my child?" "I am sure, Mama," Linda said. "I will fight it." That morning, she ate a small plate of pap and bread. By afternoon, she managed to eat just a bowl of rice. For the first time in years, she went to bed without overeating. Her stomach cried in protest, but she forced herself to sleep. The next day, things changed. By evening, Linda's body begins to betray her. Her hands shocked, her lips getting dry, and her eyes burned through fire lived inside her. The hunger came stronger, louder, darker. It was no longer the hunger of his stomach. It was the hunger of his soul. She tried to drink water, but it only made her feel emptier. Her heart pounded as she stepped outside into the cool night air. Her feet moved without her will. She found herself at the market, where women were packing up their stew for the day. The smell of fried yam filled the air. Before she knew it, her hand had snatched a piece from a woman's tray. The woman turned quickly. She shouted, "Thief! Thief! Thief!" Within moments, a crowd gathered. Linda tried to explain, but her words made no sense. "I am sorry. I was hungry. I didn't mean. Please." But no one listened. They beat her, slapped her, stick on her head, stoned her. By the time her mother arrived, Linda was on the ground, trembling, blood at the corner of her lips. Mrs. Ruth fell to her knees beside her daughter. "Linda, my daughter, what have you done? You have disgraced me. You have disgraced our family," she cried. Her voice echoed through the market. The villagers murmured as she carried her daughter home that night. The shame was too heavy to bear. The next morning, Mrs. Ruth made a decision. She would take her daughter to an old native doctor at the edge of the village. Pa Elas. People said he saw what others could not see. When they arrived, the compound was quiet. A roasted crowd somewhere in the back. Pa Elas sat on a wooden chair, his eyes sharp and cold like the morning dawn. His grey beard reached his chest. Without a word, he studied Linda for a long time. Then he spoke slowly. "Your daughter hungry is not of man," he said. "It is the hand of a witch." Mrs. Ruth's eyes widened. "A witch?" Pa Elas nodded. "Someone close to you, very close to you. The witch felt her spirit through the girl's flesh. That is why she eats without control. The more she eats, the stronger the witch becomes." Linda began to cry softly. "Who will do this to me?" The old man stood, went into his hut, and returned with a small cowries in his palm. He whispered a chant, then dropped the cowries on the floor. It rose 3 times before stopping. He looked up and down and said, "It is your neighbor, Mrs. Grace." Mrs. Ruth gasped. "Mrs. Grace? But she's my friend. We pray together." "She is the one," the old man said. "Go to her. Beg her for forgiveness. Only then your daughter be free." Tears rolled down Mrs. Ruth's cheeks. As she held her daughter close, she couldn't believe it. The woman she greeted every morning, the woman who shared food with them, was that the one who had destroyed her child's life? That evening, as the sun sunk behind the hill, mother and daughter walked slowly towards Mrs. Grace's house. Linda outstretched in fears, and mother's hands trembled as she knocked on the door. When Mrs. Grace opened it, her eyes met theirs, and for a brief moment, something dark freaked behind her smile. "Good evening," she said softly. Mrs. Ruth fell to her knees. "Please, Grace, whatever I have done to you, forgive me. My daughter is dying." The wind blew gently through the tree, carried the sound of a desert church bell, and as Linda looked into Mrs. Grace's eyes, she knew the old man had been right. Something in those eyes was not human. Mrs. Ruth said Linda was sorry for whatever she has done to her. "Please," she begged, "remove the curse." Mrs. Grace stood there, arms folded, watching them. She said Linda had disrespected her. She said Linda thought she was better than her. Linda's mother kept apologizing, kept begging. her nails hurting on the hard floor. After what felt like forever, Mrs. Grace finally said she would undo it within 4 days. Linda's hunger returned to normal. She could not eat regular meals without the terrible emptiness. The fever and itchings never comes back. She was finally free, but the damage was permanent. Everyone in the neighborhood and the market knew Linda as the girl who stole food. Her family name was Stain. 2 weeks later, they packed their belongings and moved to a different part of town, starting over, and where nobody knew their story. Linda learned something she would never forget. People can be wicked over a small thing. Things you do not even remember doing. Things that seem insignificant to you can become poison in someone's heart. Sometimes, the curious wish is just your neighbor. A very hard lesson for Linda. Thank you for watching this story. Kindly share this story out with your loved ones. Give this story a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so by now. Until I bring another story your way. Bye.